Tal Ma Pal and his magic against Flesch Janos. So this was played in Lvov 1981, Tal being white, Flesch Janos being black. And let's start. Started off with e4, c6, d4, d5, Caro Kann, not the exchange variation. Knight c3 was played, the classical variation. Knight takes e4, knight d7, knight f3, knight gf6, knight g3, this is all line, e6, bishop d3, c5, c3, c takes d4. I would say c takes d4 is not that popular, but something like bishop e7 is the line. But after castles, it will still be roughly equal position with the game to continue on. But c takes d4 was played. Knight takes d4, bishop c5, castle, bishop takes d4. C takes d4, castle, bishop g5, h6, bishop f4. Opening is basically complete. Both sides play has been roughly normal. And black has given up his dark square bishop for the control of d5 and to give white the isolated pawn on d4 which can be attacked. But will this be enough for black? Let's see. Knight b6 and bishop to c2. Queen d2 can simply be won by knight of d5, where bishop takes h6 is unnecessary. G takes h6, queen takes h6, and f5 is the defense mechanism for black. And now queen g6 checking h8, queen h6, king g8 would be just perpetual. And if white tries to play knight to h5, threatening queen g7, then simply rook f7, where white has nothing to do other than giving the perpetual. Something like bishop takes f5 is possible, and I can't try to calculate this, but bishop takes f5, b takes f5. Again, queen g6 check, queen h6 is the best option, which have been a draw. But Tal, knowing his style, that Tal never likes draws, so he went for the attack. Bishop c2. A quiet move. White's idea is simply to play queen d3 and attack h7. Knight b d5, queen d3 is not played. In bishop e5 first of all, saving the bishop. Queen b6 and now queen d3. Here queen d6 is a very good move played by Flesch and a very nice defensive move because he is attacking b2 pawn and also just getting the queen away so that the queen can come into the defense, like if needed, something like e5 and queen hops into the king side. And also he's just wanting to connect his rooks. Queen d3, knight b4, again a good move, attacking the queen and the bishop. And here queen f3 looks like a very nice move, but indeed it is not that good because knight takes c2, bishop takes f5, f6, and now e5. One of the ideas of queen b6 was to play e5 and get the queen in the game. And black is able to defend this easily. Bishop moves through e7, something like rook e8 is possible, or knight takes a1, bishop takes f8, king takes f8, rook takes a1, and queen takes b2. Attacking the rook, next move e takes d4 is happening, and black is going to be clearly 2 pawns up, where white cannot really give an attack for black. So therefore, queen b2, defending the bishop. Knight takes e2, and my first question to you. How should white continue? Should he take this knight? Or should he play another attacking move? How should he play? Your move. Pause the video if you need to. Here, you should certainly not take the knight, as that would mean knight d5 again, and again black has the control over the d5 square, and overall it's not that good at all. So bishop takes f6, sacrificing the rook. Something like g takes f6 is not possible because of queen takes h6, where knight h5 and queen g7 checkmate is unstoppable. So knight takes a1. And knight to h5, another very nice move. If you take on f6, queen takes h6 and queen g7 checkmate. And Flesch accordingly played e5, the best defense. If black tried to play queen b5, trying to get the queen into the defense, like this way, this would be simply useless because knight takes g7, king h7, king h7, rook takes a1, and as you can see, the black queen cannot come to the king side at all. These two squares are controlled by the knight, these two squares are controlled by the bishop, and d5, black queen can come there, but it's not doing anything. So, okay, rook takes a1, I calculated king g6, but after a4, queen to d5, queen f4, the queen is not doing anything on d5, and simple moves like queen g4 check could be threatened after white has defended his bishop, and overall the black king is very exposed. So alas, black played e5, where d takes e5, and now g5. Again, you shouldn't really push pawns on the king side if white is attacking the king side, but here it is necessary because he can't take on f6, queen takes h6 is there, and white is threatening to take on g7. Something like g6 is again a blunder, queen takes h6, so g5, blocking this queen's view of the king side. And now, my second question to you. White to play. I will tell you the idea for black. Black wants to play something like bishop g4 or bishop f5 and get the bishop into the defense. So how should he stop this? Pause the video if you need to. Here, white has to play e6. The point behind is to stop the transfer of the black bishop to g6. Because the black bishop on g6 would defend everything and white will not be able to proceed. So, but what happens if black takes on e6 with the bishop? Well, now bishop takes g5, and this is very unpleasant for black because the black queen is not really defending any of the squares, as after h takes g5, queen takes g5 check, the black queen cannot come to g6. If black tried f takes e6, queen d3 would win instantly because queen g6 check is coming. Rook takes f6 is possible, but knight takes f6, king to f7, something like knight h5, queen h7 check is coming. Everything's devastating. So black played queen takes e6. And my third question to you. How should white continue this attack? Black has played almost perfect defensive moves, and how is white going to proceed further in this position? Pause the video if you need to. Here, h3. White can permit himself to lose time just to deprive black to not play queen g4 or queen f5, queen g6. h3, you are just wanting to defend this knight on h5, which is a monster right now. And it's restricting black's movement a lot. And it's also defending this f6 bishop, which is in a wonderful position for an attack. So now, once this knight on h5 is secured, white can go freely and start to attack. Queen f5 was played, which was the first mistake from black. Black should not play queen f5. He should try to play b6. Why? Because now rook e1, now queen f5 is forced, so we play that. g4, queen c2. This is the main idea, and black wants to trade the queens with unclear play. White has to play queen d4, as trading would be a blunder, as black would be a rook up. Queen d4, and now simply queen g6. Not queen f5, of course, queen g6. Whatever he plays, something like rook to e5, well then bishop b7, and it is black who is winning right now. Whatever, you can't do anything. Something like rook f5, rook d8, or rook c8. Rook c1 is coming. This knight is free and black is simply a rook up. But, okay, queen d4, queen g6, rook e5 was a bad move. you'll simply take on a1, bishop b7, bishop to e7, rook to c8, knight f6 check, king to h8, and this would most likely end in a draw with perpetual. But b6 was certainly the best move. And bishop d7, why is that not that good? Because rook to e1 again. Queen to f5 can be met by rook to e5. Or even a move like bishop to c3. Idea is queen d4, and you're also attacking this d7 bishop. If a move like bishop c6 is played, queen d4, queen g7, and this is simply unstoppable, and black has to find a defensive resource, which will be very hard. If black tries queen c6 here, again bishop c3 works, f6, queen d3, and queen g6 check is coming, which is unstoppable. But Flesch played queen f5 here, which was a blunder, where now rook takes a1, bishop e6, rook e1, and suddenly how does black parry the threat of rook e5 and bishop takes g5? Move like rook fca will not work because rook e5 is possible, and also bishop to c3 again. If you try any other move like b5, any move, well, again rook e5 is possible. Queen g6, something like bishop takes g5. Not exactly now, but it is possible. Because you cannot take on the bishop, rook takes g5, and the queen is gone. So queen g6, black rightfully played this, and g4, defending the knight. That's why h3 was such an important move, just so that white has this possibility of g4. Rook a c8, bishop to c3, rook f d8, queen to e3, and rook d3, queen e5. Queen h8 check is threatened. Black has to play rook c takes c3, which is a desperate try which does not work, because after b takes c3, and any move which black plays, there's gonna be lots of threats coming. Like, if I saw that rook takes h3, rook d1 is possible, where rook d8 is there, king h7, and careful here, don't play rook d8, because queen b1, king g2, queen h1 is checkmate. But simply knight f6 check, king g7, knight e4 check, king h7, and now only rook d8, because now black queen cannot come to b1 because of this white knight, which is blocking the black queen's way. So rook takes h3 does not work. King h7 can be simply met by knight f6 check, which happened in the game, king g7, knight d5 check, king h7, and knight to e7. And the threats keep on coming. The black queen is almost trapped. The only move for the black queen is to go to g7, where queen e4 check, and the rook is gone. And in this position, Flesch resigned. A brilliant game by Tal to show his attacking prowess, and how he won against Flesch in this game was brilliant. But okay, thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. Bye.